Today, I'm sharing with you the top 5 stocks that I'm watching for this week to run the wheel strategy on. Let's go. Yo, what's going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you're having an absolutely blessed day. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Watchlist, where I share with you guys the top trade ideas that I'm watching for this coming week. If you enjoy this sort of content, do me the biggest favor of your day. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. And of course, guys, I hope you are having a great holiday season. So with that said, let's go over the shoulder and talk about some of the setups that I'm paying attention to. First and foremost, the big dog. We got to get this one out of the room. We had seen a nice rally right into Thanksgiving, guys. A fantastic rally, which, a lot of us, we were getting the sweats for a little bit of time there, especially all of November, where we were able to do a lot of cash secured puts on some fantastic companies, right? The fear and greed index meter, man, that thing was like, I think it was like at a 6 on extreme fear. And that's when we were doing a lot of cash secured puts. And now we're able to reap those rewards. Now, there are still great setups out there, but they're not as great as they once were a few weeks ago. And that's part of this strategy, right, guys? It's kind of, we're paid to be patient. But with that said, Nvidia, right, is still really far off of its all-time highs. Obviously, there's a lot of news coming out about their chips, about new competition flourishing, right? Which is, I believe, all well and good. I think Nvidia is still going to be the leader, me personally. But with that said, I do think there was an overblown pullback on Nvidia stock. With that said, though, we are still trading well above the 200-day moving average of $160. So I'm still hopeful that we do see a little bit more of a pullback on Nvidia. When it saw the big drop, I just wanted to see where this thing kind of fell. Where are we going to see that support? Where are we seeing that resistance? But we are still fairly oversold on the RSI here as well. So it is a good setup, in my opinion. I mean, we're off of basically around the 206 on the top Bollinger Band all-time highs. So there's still juice to be squeezed there, especially if you are bullish. And as we have seen, everything is a headline away right now. One good news from Nvidia, and next thing you know, it's going to be back over 200. But I really want to be below personally. I was looking at 155s. I was looking at the 150s, but the juice just wasn't there to be squeezed. But I am going to be watching it this week, as I am hopeful that we do see a little bit more of a pullback here on Nvidia, hopefully dropping a little bit under that 170 level to really make those 155s and 150s start looking a lot better. So real quickly, just wanted to share with you guys that one. Also, real quick, SoFi, right? I had some shares called away here, as you guys know, had a great Friday, up 4%. I really thought I was going to thread the needle with my covered strangle. If you don't know what that is, basically I like to, on SoFi, I run the SoFi on a weekly wheel strategy, covered strangle, where I'm basically selling covered calls and I'm selling cash secured puts for the same expiration date. And I'm trying to just thread that needle to not get assigned on either leg of those. But guess what? It doesn't always work out that way. But I'm all well and good because I got in on Nvidia when we saw that big drop in October, I believe it was. And then I ended up just doing covered calls on it. And guess what? Finally, you know what? It happened. I ended up having to sell my shares, and I ended up selling my shares for $28 that I bought for around $26. And guess what? I missed out on gains. I missed out on a lot of gains, right? Currently, SoFi is trading at $29.72. Call it 30 for simple math. I missed out on all those additional gains because I sold on Friday at $28. But guess who's not beating himself up over it? This guy, because that's part of the strategy. I locked in real gains. And as we see, SoFi can freaking move, guys. Like, literally, where were we at? Just last week, at the start of last week, we were trading at $24, $24.60. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, that is insane. So I'm happy to get in and out of SoFi. I still have a bunch of puts in on SoFi, so obviously I have to be paying attention to SoFi here, and I'm planning to start getting into some additional puts, hopefully this week. We'll see how that goes. I mean, obviously this thing has had a quite the meteoric rise, but with that said, we're fairly, still decently off of those all-time highs. So we're going to see how, if we see some resistance as we work our way back up to that 32 level. Next one is Arista. This is like the stock of the channel here for me, guys, right? Beat up. Look at this chart over the last, month? November just got absolutely hammered, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I gotta take a sip of coffee again, man. This reminded me of April, guys. And sometimes, you know what? You got to ride this thing down, man. And this thing, I was in the sweats getting assigned. I was just continuing to do my cash secured puts on this thing. And look, we had a great rebound off of it around 116. I thought we were going below 100 again, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you. I really thought we were going below 100. I'm like, and you guys know, I've said it. I know I've said it many times on the channel. I am ride or die Arista. Arista is one of my, I would say, top 3 high conviction stocks. When this thing is pulling back, I'm either just buying it, holding it. I'm selling puts on this thing. I'm taking assignment. I do not care. So I have a decent position in on Arista. But with that said, most likely now I am not going to be taking assignment on that. We can see on the volume profile, man, look at the amount of volume that came in at that 144 level, and look how little volume was here. And that's why we're seeing, right, we're seeing this chart, or we're seeing now this price work back up. So we're going to see. I think we're going to be back at all-time highs on Arista. Me personally, go do your own research. Obviously, they're just ideas that I'm looking at. I'm not a financial advisor. You will lose money listening to me. But with that said, I am very hopeful we're going to be back at those 160 levels faster than we know, which I will be gladly then offloading the covered calls on all them fools that were selling me their shares right here. So obviously paying attention to Arista, probably one of my biggest positions that I have right now. And then real quick, we'll talk about Palo Alto Networks, also a decent position for me, but let's go. Another great one here. I had 185 puts in on Palo Alto, and now trading 2.5% on Friday close. So nice bounce here. Guys, these two companies, Arista and Palo, for me, again, do your own research. These are some very high conviction stocks. So when they both had like an insanely terrible November, and I was quite nervous. And this is going to happen to you. And unfortunately, the feeling never goes away, right? Where we're riding this thing down. So I ended up doing like 185 puts on this when it hit that bottom Bollinger Band around that 200 level. And then it freaking dropped like literally that next day down to like 183 below my strike price. But guess what? I don't need things to happen for me right away, guys, because I'm not a silly options buyer. I'm an option seller, right? So when this thing dropped on me, yes, I was nervous, but I didn't freak out. I didn't start trying to close my position. I didn't start trying to roll it out. No, it's a day. And look, guess what? Now I'm back over my strike price, and look, boom, I'm good, right? I'm back over it. And in my opinion, it's a bit slim pickings out there right now, because we've had such a nice recovery across the board. There's very few stocks that we see, at least in my personal opinion, you may see other ones, that are below the 200-day moving averages, as well as at the bottom Bollinger Band area. So we could see here, obviously 195 being our 200-day moving average here on Palo Alto Networks, but again, similar to Arista, in my top 5 picks, I would say, and I'm obviously going to be playing these pretty heavy because these are very large positions here. And then lastly I'm paying attention to Disney. I know some of you might be, oh, whatever. Listen, say what you want about the company, but when this thing is set up nicely for me, I'm usually going to jump into it, and I'm going to have a decent amount of collateral, maybe not a ton of collateral. That's relative, obviously, to all of us. But with that said, I have some collateral that I am going to want to deploy this week. So I am most likely going to be jumping into some Disney. The thing I'm waiting for with Disney is I don't want to be assigned. I want to be at like 95. My ideal situation, my entry is a 95 put in on Disney here. I don't want to be getting assigned over it, right? Because I do think we have a ton of support at like that 90, 95-ish level, and I will gladly purchase this company at those levels. But I need to see a little bit of a more of a pullback. It was decently set up end of last week when we were around that like 101, 102 level. Ended up not jumping into it, just didn't necessarily have the collateral to get into it. But of course, we did see a nice little reversal and bounce off the bottom Bollinger Band here. But we'll see what happens, right? This, as we see with this market, man, it can flip on a dime for us, which is absolutely insane. And usually for most of these guys, like obviously, I always want to make sure I'm holding through that ex-dividend date. And you could see here that that's right there. But I am most likely going to be starting to look at the January 2nd. December 26th is not necessarily one that I want to be having a lot of this stuff expiring. So I am going to be looking at the January 6th puts for a lot of these positions. Really, for me, my weeklies, I'm primarily only going to be using SoFi. And the juice is starting to get there. Obviously, we'll see this when the market actually opens. But for example, with the 95s right now that are expiring 33 days away for the puts, 95s, I'm seeing around $60 of premium on that midpoint between the bid and the ask. So we could see we're collecting about $60 of premium, locking up $9,500. I really want to get that at least to 100, preferably above. I'd like to be at like that 120, 125-ish level to really make it worth it for me. And we could see we really, we only have a 13 delta on that as well. So that's why I'm really just being patient to see, hopefully see a nice little pullback before jumping into that Disney position. And that goes for most of these. Most of the time, guys, I am doing monthlies right now besides my SoFi, because there is a lot more trading that happens when you are on doing this on a weekly basis. And I do have a bit of a busy season right now. So especially during the holidays, for me, having 3 kids and stuff, not that you care, but that's why I like to do this strategy monthly, especially during like the holidays, because I have kids, I've got family, I've got people staying at my house. Like it's just not a good time for me to necessarily be doing, managing, 10 positions, 10 individual stocks on a weekly basis. Just not something I necessarily want to do besides on SoFi right now, because I am so bullish on that. Guys, also, if you want my free trade logs, you want my calculators as well, make sure to click that link down below, the Ark Options Workshop. That's a 2-hour training that's going to show you how to sell puts, how to sell calls, how to combine them together. And even if you're starting with a few $1,000 as well, I believe this sets you up for a great foundation, right? Listen, everybody that had a big account started with a small account. And I believe having a solid foundation, especially using a strategy like the Ark Options Strategy, is going to set you up for success. So I'm going to give you, at the end of that training, all of my calculators and trade log as well. Click that first link in the description of today's video. Guys, remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.